Tonight on CTV News at 11:30. Hundreds hit the picket line in Sudbury.
The members are ready to be there for how long it would take to reach a fair and equitable settlement.
Faculty members at Laurentian University are on strike. Plus, a renewed call.
It's not just once in a while. It's every day, all day, 24/7, and he's in our minds all the time.
New efforts to find a North Bay area man who disappeared more than 16 years ago. And from the world stage to the kindergarten classroom. Olympic champion Tracy Fleury returns to the Northeast to teach future curlers.
CTV News at 11:30 with Ian Campbell and Rick Wyman with weather.
Good evening. Thanks for joining us. Ian is off tonight. A toddler was killed and a mother and unborn daughter were severely injured after a two-vehicle crash this month in Sault Ste. Marie. CTV's Corey Nordstrom brings us an update on the condition of those involved and the status of their legal case.
A January 7th car crash forever changed the lives of the Heinen family. It resulted in the death of 2-year-old Devereaux and badly hurt mother Wendy, who was 7 months pregnant at the time, forcing an emergency C-section for daughter Verena. While her daughter receives treatment at Sick Kids, Wendy is at St. Michael's Hospital with extensive injuries.
Wendy's got an assortment of orthopedic injuries. She's gone for an extended surgery. She's got a fracture of her jaw as well, so she can't eat proper food and she can't speak very clearly. Thankfully, she is quite with it, and she is quite herself as far as the family reports. When it comes to the infant, it's hard to know. It depends on how much support she needs. We're trying to figure out the smartest plan in terms of whether they should head back up north in the coming weeks and months or whether they would be better off staying in Toronto.
The family is planning to take legal action related to the crash that happened in the Black Road and Second Line area. The driver of the SUV that caused the accident recently passed away from their own injuries, though that will not have much of an impact on the family's court case. A fundraiser to support the Heinen family has greatly exceeded its $70,000 goal, with over $250,000 raised in under a week.
I've never seen a GoFundMe at that magnitude in these circumstances. I applaud the community for their widespread support under these circumstances. I can tell you they need it. Wendy's needs will be multi-million dollars. Verena's needs will have the potential to be tens of millions of dollars. Sadly, but I prefer to be optimistic, as does the family.
Merker calls this the saddest case he's seen in his 25 years as a personal injury lawyer, and among the saddest anyone in his business has seen. He does offer a sliver of joy in this update, noting that mother and daughter are set to meet one another for the first time since their emergency C-section sometime in the next day or two. Corey Nordstrom, CTV News, Sault Ste. Marie.
A collision between two transport trucks closed Highway 11 earlier today. The southbound lanes were closed between McFadden Line in Powassan and Goreville Road in South River. The collision stopped traffic for 4 hours while police investigated and cleared the scene. There's another push by OPP in the North Bay area to find a man who was reported missing more than 16 years ago. Details from CTV's Eric Tashner.
To say Terry and Patricia Aho missed their son is an understatement. Robbie Aho vanished more than 16 years ago, but his family isn't giving up hope.
He wouldn't turn a nose to anybody. He'd help anybody, whoever they wanted.
Police are renewing the push to find Robbie, releasing a new video online on what would be his 48th birthday. The Ahos last saw him October 12, 2009. He walked away from Lando Lakes Lodge in Martin River at around 1 p.m. before turning west on Highway 64.
It's been terribly rough. It's not just once in a while. It's every day, all day, 24/7, and he's in our minds all the time.
Robbie was last seen wearing a Toronto Maple Leafs long-sleeve shirt, a black vest, and a blue baseball cap. He also carried a duffel bag and a pack sack. He had a change of clothes with him and epilepsy medication that would have lasted a couple of days.
The case is not closed. The OPP continues to review the file. They follow up on information and seek tips from the public.
A few days after his disappearance, some of his clothing was found along the highway near Posniak Lodge and Arthur's Road, but there was no trace of Robbie anywhere.
It's hard to know and hard to say. There's so many different things that could happen.
Police conducted ground and aerial searches from Sudbury to Martin River without any luck. The new video includes a digitally enhanced sketch of what investigators believe Robbie would look like today, asking anyone with information to contact them or Crime Stoppers.
Robbie, if you can hear this, let us know where you are, and I'll be there in a minute to pick you up.
Eric Tashner, CTV News, North Bay.
Faculty members at Laurentian University in Sudbury are on strike after negotiations between their union and the employer broke down over the weekend. CTV's Angela Gemmel has more.
What do we do?
Hundreds of faculty, librarians, and counselors walked the picket line in the cold, snowy weather after mediated talks reached an impasse.
The members are ready to be there for how long it would take to reach a fair and equitable settlement.
The union says during the insolvency process a few years ago, faculty made sacrifices to help stabilize the school. Now it's time for the Board of Governors to step up.
In addition to the massive layoffs, we had significant wage rollbacks and our pension plan was decimated. So now that Laurentian University is financially stable and is doing quite well, actually, it's time for the Board of Governors to recognize these sacrifices.
In a statement posted to its website, Laurentian University says it's tabled a fair offer. The university's proposed salary increases are beyond what is normative in the sector, and our offer includes improvements for LUFA members in key areas. Our primary responsibility is to make sure that Laurentian University is strong for the future. The campus is open, but there aren't any classes due to the strike. Laurentian says it wants to put students first, but Colin says if you want to do that, you can't put faculty last. Some students joined the picket line knowing what their professors have endured over the past several years.
I was here during the insolvency in 2021, and so I know that the professors have suffered a lot in the last 5 years, and so I think that having a better contract is really important for them, but it's also really, really important for students.
A former steelworker, Sudbury's MPP, visited the picket line to show his support.
When I was working on the picket line, my MPP didn't show up at all during that time, so I think it's important to come out to workers, speak with them, speak with their families, find out what's going on, so you have a more well-rounded version of how negotiations are going.
No new talks are scheduled. Angela Gemmel, CTV News, Sudbury.
The town of Cochrane is now the latest in a string of Highway 11 communities that have formally written to provincial authorities over their concerns of highway safety. In a unanimous council vote last week, members passed a resolution calling on senior levels of government to immediately prioritize safety upgrades to highways like 11 and 17. One councillor says highways there haven't been touched in 40 years. They're formally endorsing the 2+1 highway program.
So I think the picture is bigger than just fixing our roadways, because the same roadways were 30 years ago didn't have this many accidents. The transports were still passing by 30 years ago as well. Maybe there's more of an influx because the rail is coming off, but something needs to be done for sure.
Rallies have been planned in several communities, including Cochrane, for this Saturday to get the attention of politicians. Turning to Canada's new trade deal with China. Ontario Premier Doug Ford blasting the federal government's deal today, saying the plan to lower tariffs on Chinese electric vehicles will hurt the auto industry and threaten Canada's security. CTV's Siobhan Morris reports.
On a convention stage in downtown Toronto.
Once the camel gets his head in a tent, his whole body's in the tent.
And again at the Ontario Legislature.
All we got is a massive threat.
The Premier panning the deal that will allow up to 49,000 electric vehicles from China into Canada.
I'm not too sure if President Trump wants Chinese spy vehicles coming across the border.
Well, this cybersecurity expert isn't aware of any data sharing from EVs.
Unless we're able to validate and verify each and every single component, knowing that security is built right in from the get-go.
Those fears aren't going anywhere, and we have sort of a recent example of this.
The Canadian government stopped Huawei, which was a Chinese company, from building the 5G infrastructure within Canada for the very same concerns.
Doug Ford skeptical that Chinese car manufacturers will ever build in Canada. Worried about the future of existing Ontario auto workers.
Yeah, I'm a little ticked off of the PM, but he's coming over hopefully for a sandwich, maybe a pizza or something.
Ford reveals he only got a few hours heads up on the deal with deep implications for Ontario. The call from a minister, not Mark Carney.
Prime Minister knows my number, and I thought we had a good enough relationship that he'd give me a quick text or a little bit of communication. That never happened. That's fine. Like I said, I know where I stand with him.
The opposition leader sees the Premier as trying to deflect blame.
You know what? If you're not at the table, you are on the menu. And that's what happened to Ontario with this deal.
The Premier's been calling on Ottawa to back away from the requirement to have all new vehicles sold be either electric or hybrid by 2035. A senior federal government source tells CTV News a new auto strategy is coming next month. At Queen's Park, Siobhan Morris, CTV News.
Sault Ste. Marie Mayor Matthew Shoemaker released a statement this morning marking the end of an era. This weekend was Algoma Steel's official transition from coke making and blast furnaces to the electric arc furnace, one that Shoemaker says is a historic shift. The new furnaces are cleaner and provide long-term resiliency for the steelmaker, according to the mayor, but only if the provincial and federal governments stay committed. Adding, the city is all ready to work with them on a new port, saying, "We have a plan in hand, a business case has been completed, and we formed a partnership with the Hamilton-Oshawa Port Authority to leverage their expertise and help ensure this project comes to fruition." Shoemaker goes on to say a port in the Sault would benefit Algoma Steel, along with several other industries like mining and forestry. Time now for a short break here on CTV News. Coming up, Rick will have your full weather forecast. But for now, a look at the current conditions around the region. We do have a couple weather alerts still in place. Snow squall warning in effect. Extreme cold for tomorrow as well. Taking a look at that current conditions, -30 in Chapleau, -29 in Kapuskasing. Your full forecast is coming up next.
When you see it happen, send it to CTV News. Text 10400 from your screen to ours. Text 10400.
Here we go with all kinds of cold weather, and we've got some flurries, we've got some squalls, we've got alerts and everything happening in Northeastern Ontario over the course of the next couple of days. Thanks for tuning in this evening. Forecast radar, let's begin. Looks like a clear day, well, for the most part, but Sault Ste. Marie going to get some squalls anywhere from 10 to 24 tomorrow, so it's going to be a messy day there. And of course, periods of snow and some flurries and some squalls will hamper the next couple of days right across the Northeast. 7-day forecast, Sudbury Nickel Belt, we've got sun and cloud tomorrow, -15. All these temperatures right now will be colder with the wind chill. Wednesday, periods of snow, -10, -13 Thursday, chance of flurries. Cloud cover Friday, -21. Saturday and Sunday, some sun and cloud, -20 and -18, your daytime highs. In Sault Ste. Marie, Algoma, squalls, flurries, 2 to 4 centimeters for tomorrow, -13, but of course colder with the wind chill. Wednesday, periods of snow, -9, some flurries, -12 for Thursday. Friday, chance of flurries, and Saturday, chance of flurries as well, -16, -18, daytime highs. Sunday, some cloud cover and -16 degrees. Timmins, Cochrane, Kapuskasing, very cold in that area. Mainly cloudy tomorrow, -20. Chance of flurries Wednesday, -13. Thursday, -18 flurries. Chance of flurries on Friday, -23. More of the same type of temperature on Saturday at -23. Sun and cloud. Sunday, sun and cloud, and -22. Temiskaming Shores and Kirkland Lake, sun and cloud tomorrow, -16. Periods of snow Wednesday, -12. Flurries Thursday. Chance of flurries on Friday, then -23, some sun and clouds Saturday, and more of the same Sunday as it warms up just a trickle, -20 with the sun and cloud. Normally you should be sitting at -10. You're miles off that pace right now for, well, the second half of the month of January. North Bay, West Nipissing, sun and cloud tomorrow, -14. Periods of snow Wednesday, -9. -12 Thursday, chance of flurries. More of the same on Friday. -19 your high. -19 Saturday, sun and cloud. And Sunday, sun and cloud, -18. So, Amanda, here we go again. Some colder weather. We've got flurries. We've got squalls. We've got cold weather warnings. We've got warnings from Environment Canada for flurries and some squalls. It's all a combination of everything that's about to happen over the course of the next couple of days. Back to you.
That's pretty messy out there. Thanks for that, Rick. A heads up for parents with the frigid conditions tomorrow. The city of Timmins has officially canceled all crossing guards due to the extreme cold. Temperatures are expected to drop below -40 tomorrow morning with the wind chill, according to Environment Canada, increasing the risk of frostbite. The city says crossing guards are expected for their afternoon shifts. A mining company in Timmins is evicting more than 70 mobile trailer owners from a park. We get the details from CTV's Lydia Chubak.
The guys that picked the trailer up, are they?
In the dead of winter, Alexis Hodson-Turpin got the news she knew was possible, but never thought would come.
Friday at 9:37, we got a knock on the door. An envelope was delivered with an eviction notice to the people of Fairway Village. In the middle of winter was a shock.
She and her wife have lived in Fairway Village for 39 years. Over the decades, the mobile home park had several owners.
Every time somebody came on, we asked the question, are you getting rid of us? This is the first company that I didn't ask. And it's kind of sad that I should have asked and I didn't.
CTV News requested an interview with Discovery Silver, but the company provided a statement instead. It reads, Dome Mine Limited plans to convert the Fairway Village location to non-residential use. This action is necessary as we plan additional growth initiatives that will contribute to job creation, new business opportunities for local suppliers, and investments in the Timmins community. Discovery Silver says it's providing just over 2 years of notice for people to decide how they want to proceed.
We can't find out anything in the wintertime. We'd have to wait till the spring to find out. And whether they actually move this home.
Discovery Silver tells CTV News it's also offering considerable compensation to the tenants, including the option of selling their mobile homes to the company.
They would buy the trailer at a third-party cost, which probably would bring down the value of your trailer. They're offering us $10,000 to move out, but I don't think that's going to be enough for us.
Hodson-Turpin says more than 70 people own homes in Fairway Village.
I don't think they're thinking of all the seniors and the new young families that are moved in here that need to get their homes either moved or buy them out at a fair price, not a secondary or third person thing. It should be a fair thing. If you want your land back, then you take care of us and help us move the proper ways.
The tenants of Fairway Village have until January 31st, 2028 to vacate the park. Lydia Chubak, CTV News, Timmins.
Sudbury-based BestTech has been sold to another Canadian company. BestTech provides mining engineering services like power systems, automation, and mechanical services to mining companies. The northern business has been purchased by Collier's Englobe Corporation. Englobe President Mike Cormier said in a press release today the acquisition will enhance Englobe's expertise and qualifications in a growing market. Over a decade later, a locomotive is returning to Iroquois Falls. CTV's Madison Merrier spoke with the company, bringing it back.
Familiar change is happening in Iroquois Falls with the return of Locomotive DESX 1305.
It's been over a decade since this train has been in Iroquois Falls. So just to have all the residents see this happening, and it's encouraging because we're going to be, the build for the Moosonee Hospital is about to happen. And we're going to be the ones that supply the material to the Moosonee Hospital.
I was waiting for some of the reconstruction of rail. And because it was finished in October, that kind of opened the gate for the locomotive to come back specifically on site under the new Abitibi Connects colors and with its new renewed purpose.
Many community members shared their happiness with the return, including the Minister of Northern Economic Development and Growth. George Peary said the reinstallation of short-line rail access at the Abitibi industrial site marks a critical milestone in advancing long-term northern development.
Our community is rebuilding itself. And our population even went up a little bit. We have a lot of new small businesses coming to town, so that's encouraging also. And a lot of people did not leave the community. So we're going to have more houses in Iroquois Falls, hopefully, with infrastructure dollars coming down from the provincial and federal government. So it's a great opportunity, and we're looking very bright our future.
Iroquois Falls is a fantastic community that demonstrates the depth and skill of paper makers. You know, they can apply their skills to a number of different industries. So I know Pinnacle specifically has already opened 6 jobs to locals on site.
Petronic said the locomotive is set to return next month after ensuring community members relearn train track safety regarding the operation. Madison Merrier, CTV News, Sudbury.
New changes have come into effect for boat owners across the country. Transport Canada has made changes for recreational boats, officially called a pleasure craft license or PCL. It's similar to a car license plate and unique to license holders with at least one engine. It is different than the pleasure craft operator card. PCLs now have to be renewed every 5 years at the cost of $24 at the renewal. Industry experts say this is a good thing.
Between January 1 of 2000 and December 31st of 2005, okay? You actually don't expire until December 31st, 2029, okay? So they're doing it in buckets to gradually start to clean up the system.
Fees are collected to help maintain the cost of pleasure boat regulations to make sure the industry and Transport Canada break even. Still ahead tonight on CTV News. A Sudbury elementary school receives a special visitor. Details next. A dream come true for a young Leafs fan as part of the Make-A-Wish program. 10-year-old Liam got to present his hockey hero Austin Matthews with a special gift that he designed himself. CTV's Raheem Ladani has the story.
This is the moment Liam has been working towards for over a year, hanging out with his hockey idol, Toronto Maple Leafs captain Austin Matthews.
I was very excited and happy to meet him for a second time.
I know he's been dreaming of this moment for a really long time. Austin Matthews is incredible. It's his hero.
You see, Liam loves hockey. He gets on the ice whenever he can, though it's sometimes challenging living with cystic fibrosis. He was first diagnosed with the respiratory disorder at 3 weeks old.
At the time, we had no clue that we were carriers of it. So it was really scary for me. But I mean, as you can see, he's grown up to be an amazing little boy.
And Dina's amazing 10-year-old is also selfless. And this is where Make-A-Wish Canada comes in. Known for creating life-changing wishes for children diagnosed with critical illnesses, the organization asked Liam what he wants. But instead of a vacation or a new toy, Liam wished for the chance to design custom skates and stick for the Leafs captain.
It just reminded me of Austin Matthews, and I wanted to be like him one day.
His heart is so full. He would literally give you the shirt off his back. So it doesn't surprise me that he wanted to do something special for his hero, Austin.
With the help of a custom designer from Calgary, Liam drew some of Matthews' favorite things.
The Toronto Maple Leafs, Austin Matthews' dog, and Carlton the bear.
I was supposed to use them as inspiration. When I saw the drawings, I was like,
I'm just going to reproduce the exact drawing, and that's what's going to go on the skate.
After Liam gifted Austin Matthews with the custom pair of skates and stick, Liam was then surprised with a replica version of both just for him. And these skates are also signed by Matthews himself. Is there anything he said to you that was really special?
Yeah. He'll try to get as much goals as he can possibly for me.
And as Matthews tries to follow through on his promise, he'll be keeping Liam's favorite saying in mind.
Never give up.
Raheem Ladani, CTV News.
Well done, Liam. Finally for us tonight, some kids at McLeod Public School in Sudbury had a special visitor recently. On Friday, two-time world champion curler Tracy Fleury was giving kindergarten students a lesson in the sport. Fleury says she also attended the public school as a child. The curler is heading to the Olympics next month in Milano as part of Team Canada. And those kids can definitely curl better than I can. That takes us to the end of our newscast this Monday night. Thanks for watching. Good night.